In April 2015, the nation of Libreland popped into existence. There was no violent overthrow or political negotiations. One man and his associates simply hoisted a flag and proclaimed that a small patch of no man's land between Serbia and Croatia was now the micronation of Libreland. With an eager population, plans for a constitution, financial system, and a slogan, the nation seems well on its way to legitimacy. But can you really just show up and invent a brand new nation? Technically, yes. So, how exactly do you do it? The qualifications for what constitutes a nation were clearly spelled out in the 1933 Montevideo Convention. This agreement defined a state as having sovereignty regardless of whether or not other countries acknowledged it. This is called declarative theory, and it's different from constitutive theory, which says that other countries have to acknowledge your legitimacy. Now, technically, without international acceptance, your nation is pretty much only relevant within your borders, but if that's good enough for you, then let's find out what you need to do next. First off, you must have a permanent population. Now, so far, no state has been denied for having too small of a population, so as long as you're willing to live permanently in your new nation, go ahead and strike that off your list. That's where the Grand Duchy of West Arctica doesn't count, because no one, including its founder, has ever permanently lived there. Next up, you must have a defined territory. This is where most new nations fall flat. With very few exceptions, nearly all the visible land in the world is already claimed. This leaves you with a couple of choices. The first is to build, annex, or buy your own island that's at least 200 nautical miles from the nearest claimed territory. You can also try to invade an existing plot of land and hope that you can defend your proclaimed borders, or that no one cares and leaves you alone. Either way, you need to be able to define your borders and have some form of control over them. The micronation Republic of Minerva was invaded and reclaimed by Tonga over a territory dispute. Remember, if you can't fight back, don't try to take another government's land. Now, provided you've found or built some clearly defined area, the next thing you need is a government. All a government really is a source of administrative power that makes policy decisions about a country's goals, security, justice system, infrastructure, and economy. So to figure out what kind of political system you like, democratic, despotic, anarchist, that's up to you. And draft a quick constitution laying out your micronation vision, and that should do it. Finally, you must have the capacity to enter into relations with other states. So send an email, fax, letter, homing pigeon to your nearest neighbor saying hi, and you should be good to go on that front as well. Starting your own nation is actually pretty easy, provided that you've got the undisputed land on which to do it. Of course, that's easier said than done. Without undisputed land, someone somewhere will demand that you pay them taxes. If you do, then you're not really an independent state, like the Christiania Commune of Denmark. If you don't, then you might have some trouble running your country from inside of a jail cell. In any case, good luck. There are quite a few regions that have been fighting for independence from larger nations all over the world. To learn more about these possible future countries, check out our video here.
Veneto, Italy, with its capital of Venice, has a growing secession movement. They, like Scotland, have a unique culture, language, and history of self-rule. They were one of the first republics in the modern world, and at one point controlled a significant seafaring empire.
Oh, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for watching TestTube.